Yeah, YouTube. Part two, Facebook. Part two of this credit. How important is your credit video? Like I was saying, in part A at the end of the video, I'm gonna open or work with. I'm not gonna. I'm not sure what site yet, but I'm gonna find someone to work with. All right, there's a couple of sites that offer that service where you can put your money in and they'll lend it out. So I'm gonna, see what I can do to directly have my own link and have people go and try to apply, for the little small payday loan and see what I can give back to this community or to my community, and get this thing started. All right. But a lot of people just need to understand how business work. All right. In America, business work in interest payments. All right. One way or the other. Yeah, cash is always good, but if you use the word residual, then you need interest coming back. Okay. So there's 100 different things, okay, you can't do by not having good credit. All right. But if you fix your credit, there's a million things you can do all by yourself. And this is the mindset I did not have before, where I did a lot of businesses in financial markets. I work with World Marketing. I work with World Associates. I work with I think the first company I ever worked with was Primerica. All right, that was like the first company. Everything was your own commission, but that was like the first company that kind of opened my eyes to a lot of how things work. Because with Primerica, years later, I realized how important Primerica was. All right, because Primerica kind of like have everything under one umbrella. All right, the only thing I didn't like about Primerica, like I don't like about most of these businesses, is almost like I don't like the fact that I have to chase people. Okay, in order to have like life in my business, you can have business coming in and I have to chase people, but if you want that money coming in, you need to have a certain people on your team. And right now I'm trying to build a team, but I'm not trying to build a team. I'm trying to tell people what to do. I don't care what you're trying to do. I don't care if you have sales, if you didn't sell anything. I don't care. All right, we are in the process of fixing your credit, because there's a couple of people that in the last, I guess from December, in the last 3 months, 4 months, all right, give or take, all right, these people had, or well, they said they had bad credit. One person, the girl, she got a nice little Benz she's paying for. Well, how's your credit? My credit is bad. Okay, why is your credit bad and you paying for this nice little Benz? All right, she has a little couple of credit cards, but her credit was bad because of a couple of cell phone bills and little nonsense. And what did I do? I cleaned most of those things off. Okay, right after I cleaned them off, and that's why I said there's different ways you do credit repair. Because with them, we didn't have the time, because they're part of my team. They're like my family. So I didn't have the time to sit here and dispute everything on their credit report, because they came to me. They already had an idea, like things that they owe, and they had an amount with money in hand of what they want to pay off, how much they want to pay off. So my job as an ex collector was just call these creditors for them, and on their behalf, okay, with their permission, and try to negotiate a price. If everything is a game. If you know how to talk to the creditor that they owe money to, you might call and say, oh yeah, I want a 50% settlement. They might look at you like, whatever, we're not accepting that. All right, they might play hardball. So what you do, you hang up the phone, you leave these morons alone for a couple of more months. Hey, don't worry about these guys. Okay, you might call back, and you might get another manager. He might be happy to work something out. It's all about a game. Okay, that's what it is. But either way, you will not know until you try, until you have somebody who know fixing it. So eventually I am going to make a video live with my partner, friend Mike Guerrero, and try to let him explain to you guys exactly, the loopholes. Because there's a lot of loopholes even on myself, right? Because I'm a person like, like I said, I guess it's the Haitian in me. I owe something, I pay the damn thing off. If I couldn't pay it off because I had difficulties, as soon as I get myself up, I pay the stupid thing off. I don't like people calling me, bothering me over stupid things like, you owe me this, or you didn't do this. Like I don't like being bothered. At this point in my life right now, I'm to the point where I have no patience for nonsense. And that's real talk. And that's why, like I said, there's a lot of people, I call you guys associates now, because you know what? I don't consider you friends. We ain't making money together, so you ain't my friend, really. All right? You can't teach me anything. I can't teach you anything. What? We ain't friends. You know what I mean? You're my associate. I'll see you. I say hi. I say hello. And we keep it moving. But when we come back to this mindset of helping each other, you know, building, growing, no matter what you're doing, okay, no matter what rat race you're racing, okay, you can be making 3 figures. You could be working, you know, as a scientist, a nurse, a doctor. It doesn't make a difference. The point is, you want to do what you want to do in your own hours. You want to be able to get to a point where you're relaxing. And it starts off by having good credit. And the other point I'm going to make is there's other people who have good credit. Now, what do you do with it once you got it? All right. Everything I just said before was about people who, you know, is trying to do business and who just, they're going so fast, 100 miles an hour, they're not thinking about the importance of fixing their credit. But now for the people who's saying, oh, I got my credit is excellent. What are you doing with your credit? Don't be shy when I put this video up. Please comment, you know, comment, email. You know, I probably put the phone numbers up. You can call. My phone number is always on Facebook, but you know, but basically that's what I want to know. Because a lot of people be like, even in 08, there's a lot of 08, 09, if you was involved in the real estate game, you was involved in mortgages, you know, a lot of things went down around that time. A lot of people got in trouble. A lot of things went down. A lot of us went from here back down here, okay? Not because we was doing everything wrong, because we didn't understand the game the big boys was playing. And by the time, I'm very good when to spot BS. By the time I spotted it, even the people I was working with, when I questioned them, you know, they went around it. But you can never win when you're borrowing from Tom to pay fucking Harry. And you have the same cycle over and over. It'll work if you did that once and you stop until this transaction is over. But if you're stupid enough to keep doing that routine over and over, then it becomes a bullshit Ponzi scheme. And as soon as everything collapsed and everybody who was involved in the mortgage and in the real estate game, this is how everybody was playing it, like idiots. And then when it collapsed, because these idiots didn't have no knowledge, they didn't even know what to do with the properties once, you know, everything collapsed. But I saw what some people do, and I'm not going to go into which race and which types and which this, because it was all kinds of different people getting money that knew how to get money when everything collapsed, because all they did was buy every fucking thing back and then get ready to rent them out. But those was people who was experienced in previous situations to know what was going to happen. So again, the question still remains to you guys is, you know, now that you have your good credit, what do you plan on doing with it? For me, I already know from a long time ago, all right? It's taken me years to get to this, back to this point where my credit is fucking excellent, okay? Years, all right? So I already know right away, I'm not even going to wait a year or 2 years before I start getting things under my credit and start giving myself credit lines, all right? Under my credit line, over $20,000. That's under just credit lines alone, all right? Okay? And I grew that, all right? From freaking 500, I grew that. Just like my stock trading accounts. It's a slow process that you have to take your time. And some people, one person the other day I spoke to really pissed me off because I was, you know, I haven't spoken to this person in a while, and this moron of a person is like, you know, well, what are you doing? You know, they see what I do or they hear what I do, but and again I explain to them what I'm doing, where I'm coming from, and this freaking person said, hey, but are you rich yet? You've been talking about money for a long time. Are you rich yet? I'm like, no, I'm not rich yet, but I know where I'm coming from. I know where I'm at. See, it's not about being rich. All right. You're going to get rich if you have a good routine with money. Then you get rich. It's not you trying to get rich. Then you're going to get rich. Because you're not thinking about it. You're not looking to get rich. You just have a good routine of implanting your money like a freaking seed. And you just, instead of watering it, you're letting wherever it's at water it itself. When you get your returns, that's how, you know what I'm saying, you get rich. The formula to get rich is very simple. It's just routine. and then something called compound interest. But I'm not going to get into all that. We can get into compounding interest. We can get into fractal reserve and fractal lending and all this other crap. But if you took, economics, microeconomics, statistics, a lot of things that, me and you, we can talk on the same level. All right. And even if you didn't, I can talk on the level of being broke, making money, on the level of what you need to do with your credit. So like I said, with me, I added my credit lines. There's bigger things I'm trying to do. But now, I'm patient enough to do things by myself. But, if I get a couple of partners that I already have right now, that I'm trying to build them as strong as my credit is right now, as strong as my things are. And we're gonna be making a lot of moves right now. All right. So shout out to my boy Mike. Shout out to my boy D. All right. These are the a few people that I spoke to today, that we had a long conversation. My homegirl Whistling. There's a few other people I spoke to, but I'm not gonna put everybody's name on blast. But but I like everybody to understand, like, we talk race sometimes. Sometimes we get mad at each other because we have different viewpoints. I think, like I always tell people, it's not about the viewpoint. Sometimes you have to be open-minded to understand where a person is coming from, not just be talking, yeah, you follow what everybody else is saying. It's almost like sometimes you never win an argument with somebody. And it's the same thing when you talk about, money, credit. Everybody have a different idea. Like, yeah, my credit is good. All right, what you been doing with it? If you're doing nothing with it, then like I always tell you, like, then, just because you have good credit doesn't mean crap. If you're maximizing what you're doing with your credit, then it's a different ball game. There's a few other people that, I think are involved with credit repairs. I think Sunshine, she's a little bit heavier. I think she actually goes in and remove judgments, freeze judgments, and she does a lot of other things too. So there's a few people that we're gonna actually sit down and actually have to network with, because like I said, I'm coming back from the bottom, and Mike and a few other people, Andre, a few other of you guys who's been out there in business with me, my boy Raw, all you guys, what I'm saying, we was there getting money, driving nice cars and doing stupid things, and which I call it now popping bottles, we buying booths and shit. But there's a lot of things that we've done or I've done that was stupid. All right, so that's why instead of I had nobody to really tell me this is the right way, this is the wrong way, so this is why, like I said, I don't really judge people where people are coming from. I try to keep an open mind, and I try to tell you guys, credit is important. Yes, I'm trading the stocks. Yes, we can make money, but set yourself up to be your own funding. You look good when you go in the bank. I look good when you go in the bank. Yeah, we walked in before we was 3-4 black guys walking in, and people might get the funny idea and not to assume anything, but you walk in, credit's legit. We got business ideas. We walk out differently. You understand? Now you just made a good impression. Whatever they thought, without saying anything, you just taught everybody a lesson. This is the type of me personally, things that I get a kick out of, because I work with a company of freaking almost 100, 200 people, and I'm probably the only black guy. And you can say they're racist. They might be racist. They might not be racist. But they have a lot of people. I'm not gonna say I'm the only black guy, but for the majority of the time, I'm the only black guy in the meetings. But you know what I'm saying. And I don't really go into why and blah blah blah. But I just know, us, we need to do what we need to do. All right. So for all my peoples and everybody who's got this in their head now, how powerful it is to fix your credit. And like I said before, we are gonna get this money. All right. If you're patient enough to just start somewhere, all right, and just work your way up. Because I only got one little girl. Wish I had more, but at this point in time, got one little girl, and right now almost everything I do is basically for her. Whatever I leave behind, however high I get to, basically that's what I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying? So for all you guys, you know what I'm saying, who's been watching my videos and who's learning something, like I said, I'm not looking for freaking views. If you think it's important, you learn something, you want to reshare my videos, share my videos. If not, you know what I'm saying, like it, whatever the case is, whatever. All right. So you can always send me the email as usual at the number 3, the letter D, consult me at Gmail. Peace.